Hey, I'm Primitive Tim, and today we're going to be checking out an edible plant called Spiderwort. Now, the spiderwort, obviously we know the word spider, but wart comes from the Old English back in the day. That was the word for plant. So basically it's the spider plant. Now this little plant right here, this is the spiderwort. But you can tell that it's a spiderwort because it's got all these nice long leaves. And these leaves are going to alternate from side to side. So you see this one right here? It's got a leaf coming out this way, one coming out this way, and so on. And so at the very tip, they'll have their flowers. And these flowers are actually edible themselves. And they also have like a purplish dye in them. So if you grab like one of these things, you can get some purple dye out of that. But these flowers are edible. And actually, most of the plant is edible as well. However, usually the stalk is a little bit bitter. But sometimes you can just pop them off and chow down on them. So this one's not hardly bitter at all. And pretty good. It's a lot like asparagus or something like that. But one of the reasons it's called spiderwort is because when you break a leaf, the sap in there strings out like a spider web. Now the stalk is very fibrous, as you can tell. It's standing straight up, so it's pretty strong. So it's going to take a little bit of chewing to get it crunched up well. But this whole plant is edible, so even this little tip right here, that's edible, and it's pretty good. Now most plants, as they grow older, they become a little bit bitter. So like when they're first coming out of the ground is kind of the ideal time to harvest them. This is a mature plant right here, and it's not going to be bitter even as it grows. So you can go ahead and pluck that off, take a bite, and you're going to taste that bitterness that you might experience in other plants. So this is a really cool plant. I really like it, and it's really common as well. It grows all over my yard, and it's funny how a lot of these edible plants will grow in yards and things like that. You don't really see them so much out in the forests. So this is a good plant. It's fairly easy to identify, but when you need to identify a plant, make sure you check with a local expert. Maybe you can take a picture of it and post it on a forum or something. Man, I just love spiderwort. It's probably one of my favorite greens. Now, as far as taste goes, it's not a very strong taste. It's just kind of a very plain green. But it's a great plant to throw in salads. You can put those leaves in salads, put the flowers in salads. If you're making a soup or something, you can throw the stalk in there and just chop it up nice, throw it in your soup. That'd be good. But it's a pretty good plant. And you can eat the whole thing, which is great. There's not like any parts we really have to worry about. A quick disclaimer, the stalk of the plant may contain calcium oxalates, which are like these little crystally looking things. And they may upset your stomach, so just try a little bit at first. But I've eaten a bunch of this, eaten the stalks raw and things, and I've been absolutely fine. Now, you can cook the stalk, and you won't run any risk of having an upset stomach. So to play it safe, you can just cook the stalk. But I eat it raw all the time, and I've been fine. Now, if you guys want more information on these awesome little plants, go ahead and check down in the description. I'll leave you some links so you can do a little bit more research on your own. There's a ton of information on this plant, and be sure to check out greendeaneattheweeds.com. He's a very knowledgeable guy, and he's pretty much the forager of Florida. So check out his website. There's tons of information, and be sure you do your research. Until next time, find a new way to appreciate nature. I have something stuck in my teeth.